Makija, who is a local and state government law expert from Jim Thorpe. Gentlemen, thank you all for being here.
Greg and I, we had to bring somebody way smarter than us to answer these state and local government questions.
Someone to lift the intelligence level here on the set of all
yes,
this.
indeed.
All right, so we're excited to have Attorney Neal with us, and let's get to the question tonight. This is from Patricia in Panther Valley, and Patricia says, our school districts don't have half the programs that kids at Parkland School District have. Why is state school funding so unequal? Neal, what's the deal on that one?
Sure. So this is a concern that I hear often, and it really is a state legal issue in that the way we fund schools today is predominantly through property taxes. So if you live in a lower income area or an area where the industry has disappeared, like much of Panther Valley, you end up with a smaller amount of funding for schools. And so we actually see in Pennsylvania a gross disparity between districts where in some they're getting $28,000 per pupil, and in another, like Panther Valley, they're getting closer to $9,000 or $10,000. So it's really the way that we decide to fund schools, which is through property values, that creates that inequality. And there have been a lot of proposals out there to change it, and it's incredibly important, and it touches a lot of people's lives. I don't know if you.
That's great. How do you fix it?
So there's a few ways. I think one is certainly through the legislature. They need to provide more funding centrally through the state and ease the reliance on property taxes. But there's actually a lawsuit currently going through the courts now. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court is gonna test whether or not this is actually even a constitutional way to fund schools, because our Constitution in Pennsylvania gives us a right to a thorough and efficient system of funding education, and there's a question of whether this actually fits that need. And it's important to recognize that the U.S. Supreme Court actually almost found this system unconstitutional back in the 70s. It was a 5-4 decision in a case called Rodriguez versus San Antonio School District. And in that, they almost decided that we should not fund schools through local sources because it's so unequal, and you end up with these districts where some kids don't have after-school programs, they don't have the AP classes, and others have everything. And it's something that we should really look forward to seeing our Supreme Court decide.
It's no doubt an interesting topic, and our viewers that have a question for you, how can they reach you?
So they can reach us at attorneyneal.com is my website, and there's a phone number which will be at the bottom of the screen as well.
Good deal. Attorneys Greg Fellerman and Ed Ciarimboli. Results matter with these guys and Attorney Neal Makija. Thank you all for being here today for The Law on You.
Thanks, Dave.
Don't forget, you can get a question on the show through the Law on You hotline or PAHomepage.com.